Hey everybody, RowlesTheGamer here. As you can see, I am the Top Gun. But enough of being the Top Gun. I'm doing a special live action introduction for the next video series, the next playthrough, LP, commentary, whatever you want to call it. Because this is a good one, and it's a big one, and it's one of my favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, Final Fantasy VIII. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. So yeah, Final Fantasy VIII. We're finally doing it. I'm so very happy to be finally doing it. This is the Steam version of the game. It's not recorded off the regular PC. It's not recorded off the PlayStation 1 discs, which are the ones I always played. But it is the Steam store. Only drawback to it is music is representative of the old MIDI files they use for the computer version. That's no good. Umon's a genius with music, man. Gotta feature it. Anyway, here's a little intro video. I already said in the Distant Worlds video, but this is what they started the first of the concerts off with. It's pretty good stuff. So good. You can just tell when a game has that Final Fantasy charm to it, can't you? Doesn't look like anything else that was out at the time. I don't care. I love this game. I mean, I understand why people like 7 as much as they do. Trust me, I understand it. I don't really like it that much, but that might be because I played this and 9 first. And maybe, yeah, and even 10 before this. Before 7, rather. So it's like, I don't see the big deal. I don't see the fangasm over 7. Has a really good story and some good characters. I'll give it that. But for it to be put on a pedestal is like, oh, this is the game, you know? It just demeans the other entries in the series. A lot of the early games are really fucking good too, you know? It's like, I don't know, I play 6, 8, 9, 10, then 7, in that order. Anyway, this is the general, again, the intro little FMV here where it's, these are your enemies. It's kind of a subversion in this case, though, because while the blonde gent, Seifer here is your rival, he is not, in fact, the big bad. He is the lieutenant of the big bad. I feel comfortable giving away a little bit of spoiler, like saying stuff like that in this commentary, because it's like, holy shit, this game has been out since 1998. I can spoil it. You always have to feel weird about that when you're doing it. I do anyway. I mean, I don't want to give away too much of the story, but at the same time, you know, I don't want to leave you all in the dark either. Anyway, beginning the game proper. We're hurt. I feel okay. I always like Squall. That's this guy. See? There it is, Squall. I always liked him. I mean, it's like people are like, oh, he's too emo or something. It's, you know, he's a child soldier and didn't socialize much. Of course he's going to be emo. And Also, imperative to say, like the Majora's Mask playthrough that I did with one Mr. Lennon Free of Lennon Free Comedy, probably just going to be rolling solo on this one. But, ooh, a mysterious acquaintance. But, it's just going to be me rapping over all the parts. Yes! Glorious, glorious PlayStation 1 computer graphics. They use that for every character intro scene. They use those that kind of rendering, you know? They were really trying to show off. For those who didn't play the games before, this is the first game after VII that was, kind of the characters are rendered at full height. They weren't little sprites on the field. And, you know, they're just gloriously assembled. For at the time, I saw nothing like it. We were really lucky. I've said this in so many playthroughs, going back to the Sonic 2 one. People in my generation are so lucky that we get to see video games develop as they have. Anyway, this is Quistis. This is Squall's instructor here at Balam Garden, which we are now getting a sweet little overview, sweeping view of. It's an elite military training academy, basically. That's what it is. And, there you go. I feel almost guilty talking over the music in this fantastic game. Just put the Rawls up on another channel, you know? They'll get more views than these. I feel like an asshole. Yes, the field exams today. What's the field exam? Well, we'll find out. Oh, and safer. I go between safer and safer. I know I said safer earlier, but safer is actually kind of my preferred pronunciation. It's like the case with 10 and Titus and Titus. But, you know. Here, you gotta sit down here at this computer, and that's where you get your GFs. I get my GFs on a computer. You're a sad, lonely man. No, it's the Guardian Forces, you see. GFs. That's an unfortunate little anagram. It's not even an anagram. Contraction. It's not even a contract. Fuck, I don't know what it's called. I'm still wearing my Top Gun hat, and it's distracting me. In the reflection here. What am I naming him? Thunder? No. I'm playing this with the USB DualShock 2 controller plugged in, so everything translates pretty well, except you'll see for certain, like, desperation type attacks and everything, just keep that Shiva, desperation type attacks and everything, and button pressing combinations that I can struggle with them occasionally. All throughout this playthrough, there are instances of that, you know, happening, so I'll point it out again when there, but keep an eye out for that. Because, see, in this game, instead of saying press square, triangle, circle, X, button 1, B1, B2, B3, B4, and the shoulder buttons R1, R2, L1, L2 are like B7, 8, 9, 10. It's easy to forget. I just wanted to put like a whole little cheat sheet next to it. Anyway, get out of here. There are like so many ways, and I'll be showing them off in this game. Not necessarily at this exact juncture, and here we bump into another cute little character. Not exactly at this juncture to be game breaking. I kind of get overpowered as like a motherfucker here in this game. Oh, hey, hey. Alright, we can go ahead and announce her. This is Selfie. She is a companion of yours in this game as well. Nice, fun, bubbly, somewhat psychopathic girl. And I like her. And here you get 7 cards for the addictive card game in this game. It's like... And the reason why the card game is so addictive is you can refine the cards into items. And it's with those items that you make the game-breaking stuff that I was just talking about. See, it all ties together, kids! Let's take a tour. Question! Say, press B3. That is mapped to X, I believe. You can actually just select your destination on here instead of running around, but I've always just ran around the circle. I played through this game... Oh, wow. Definitely in the double digits. It's like before we had Xboxes and online arcades, online databases to draw like arcade games from, you know, like Crazy Taxis and all these kind of things. You just booted up and played the same games, especially if you really liked them. And just looking at the way the menu looks on this screen, it feels so nicely rendered on the computer. Like Majora's Mask before it, it's very much benefiting from the raw processing power of this laptop. Anyway, let's get our GFs junctioned here. That's also how you hook up your abilities, like Draw, which takes magic from the enemy, Magic, which uses your magic, and GF, which summons the GF. And you also learn like ability enhancing moves and being able to junction magic to attack and strength and health and all these things through it. I'll explain it all a little bit more. It's a really easy tutorial in the game, though, if you're curious about it. Just boot up the tutorial, because they tell you pretty well what's going on. This game looks like really complex on the surface, but once you experience it enough, I guess... Well, I guess that does mean it's complex, but once you experience it enough, you kind of get a feel for how you should roll things out and how you should equip characters with magic and whatnot. You'll get it, kids, don't worry. Anyway, here's our first draw point, and it's Cure. That's an always useful spell, so let's take some. And we're here at the gate, and here's our teacher, Quistis. Few things to explain first. GFs give us strength, blah, 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 blah. I already told you about junctioning. We'll teach it a little bit later. Would you believe it? It's the end of the first video already. RowlesTheGamer, take it easy. We're leaving Balam. We're going to the fire cavern. See you then.